yeah. Table 1. Let's toss a coin.
That's your choice. You leave it right. Yeah, you're right.
Good evening and welcome back to the Mattioli Arena here in Leicester for the 2026 China Open qualifying rounds. It's Saturday night at the Snooker and we've got a very special session of action coming up for you. Our main focus and attention will be here on table number 1. This contest between reigning Northern Ireland Open champion Jack Lisowski and China's Zhu Yichen. We've got 8 tables in operation in total across the arena this evening. I'll keep you updated with score lines and results elsewhere throughout the night. This is the final batch of penultimate qualifying round games before tomorrow's double session, which features the final qualifying round, and we will know the 16 players who make it through to the main draw stages, which take place in August. So that was Zhu there, an opportunity to get on the scoreboard, but rattled it, and straight away, world number 17, Jack Lisowski, is in.
Long.
These are Jack's first pots of the season. Taking part in his 17th top flight campaign this year. He's been on professional circuit ever since his debut year in 2010. These two have met once before on the World Snooker Tour. It did come last season in the qualifying round for the Xi'an Grand Prix. And it was a bit of an upset because Zhu, who at the time was a rookie professional, won 5-4 on that occasion. So I'm sure Jack will want to settle the score this evening. I think it's always interesting watching players, their opening game of the campaign. Of course, Jack we've not seen for a couple of months since he went out in the qualifying rounds for the World Championship. So this is his first competitive game for around 2 months. You just don't know how much practice the players have been putting in. They're certainly not match sharp because they've not been involved in a professional tournament for a couple of months. But he's going about his business nicely here. I feel as if it could be a big season for Jack this term. He wants to build on his breakthrough from last year. He finally got that maiden ranking event crown. Emotional scenes in Belfast when he defeated world number 1 close friend Judd Trump 9-8 in the final. He was also runner-up at the Welsh Open. He won the Home Nation Series Order of Merit as well, the bonus prize. So, a really good campaign last season for Jack. But the question is now is if he can build on it. So that's a nice little development shot. As I mentioned, he is the world number 17. So he is the highest ranked player at these qualifiers.
14.
But he has got a place. I saw the draw for the Shanghai Masters earlier this week. I think Mark Allen is not at the event. So as a number 17, Jack Lisowski got a call up. So he'll be in at the Shanghai Masters next month. In the meantime, he's looking in really good nick here. All the reds in the open.
47.
Just got to mind his work here, I think. Now, has he come far enough for that red?
53.
Well, he's certainly not on the red he intended to be, so this is a bit of a trickier one. And he has missed it. So that's a premature end there from that break. He was in a really good position to win it in one visit. All matches this evening are best of 11 frames. First to 6. Scheduled mid-session interval after the 4th. So Zhu could not punish. Now, will Jack try chipping this into the middle? He has. How's the cue ball? Well, it's not great, but it's not too bad either. Just sizing up whether to take the blue or the green. So it's the green with the rest. Yeah, he hit that really nice. That'll help settle him in for this opening frame.
Five.
And this time he is on that red, so
11.
Jack needs red and a colour. He should be going 1-0 up.
12. Nineteen.
On the end of season provisional list, Jack is currently placed 13th. So if he continues the way he's been going over the last season or so, he's got every chance of getting back into the world's top 16, which of course gets you seeding into events. Doesn't means you avoid the bother of having to qualify. Gets you in invitational tournaments like the Masters, Shanghai Masters, potentially other things as well. So it'll be his aim to get back into that bracket. He has previously been as high as number 10 in the world. So he's missed that red, and Zhu is coming back to the table just to have a bit of a practice. Hasn't potted a ball yet. Zhu has already played a round earlier this week in the second round against fellow Chinese competitor Zhao Hangyang. He won that one 6 frames to 4. Yeah, this is just purely to loosen his arm.
16.
Well, that was a nice strike. So then, can he clear the table?
19. 19. Sorry, 21.
The aforementioned victory he's got over Jack Lisowski, Yichen.
28.
Like I say, it was a 5-4 win last season. It was, I think, Zhu made 5 breaks over 50. So we know this guy can score. And as we've seen from this sort of practice clearance, he's here to play. Anyway, it's Jack Lisowski who takes the opening frame. He is 1-0 up in this race to 6. So we've got 7 other tables in the arena. I'll just quickly run through you the fixtures for this evening. We've got Chang Bing Yu, one of the big rising stars of the sport. He's taken on Matthew Stevens, former UK and Masters champion. Aaron Hill, Ireland's number 1, is up against Hamid Mia. Jack Jones against Jiang Jun. Jack Lisowski versus Zhu Yichen on the main table. Stan Moody, the English teenager, he's up against former European Masters champion Fan Zhenyi. Pang Junsu, he's up against Welsh youngster Dylan Emery. We've got a clash of former ranking event winners, as former European Masters champion Jimmy Robertson takes on former Welsh Open champion Jordan Brown. And we've got 3-time ranking event champion Gary Wilson. He's facing Stephen Hallworth. So we're just waiting for Jack to return back into the arena. This China Open is a seriously big event. It's back on the calendar for the first time since 2019. It's bigger and better than ever before. The main venue stages take place in Taiwan City between August the 8th to 16th. The world's top 16 are already through to the televised stages. Now then, is that a Sean Murphy break Jack Lisowski has tried? Not quite sure which red he hit there. It was either the second or the third, but either way, he's hit it badly, but got away with it. I'd like to have a look at that again to see what red he hit there. Of course, we saw Sean Murphy deploy that tactic with great results during the recent World Championship. I do wonder whether other players will try it. Yeah, so there's over £1.2 million in prize money across this year's China Open. The winner will collect a cool £250,000. Oh, that's a lovely strike from Zhu. And again. So, a chance here to score, although he is quite thin on this red into the middle. Not sure if he can hold it for the black. Wow, that's another nice one. Nice little cannons, the red, to maintain position on this black. That cannon went slightly wrong. That's not exactly how he played it, but he has got this red over the middle pocket. That is another sweetly struck shot. So, positive early signs here for Zhu Yichen. Of course, he is the underdog here. He is currently ranked number 103 in the world. So, quite a chasm in terms of ranking, achievements, experience. Now he's lost the cue ball here. Just manages to pull up, but don't want to be anywhere near there. Now this is a real tester. Yeah, that was a very tricky one. What's the damage like? Nice pot from Jack. Managed to get the cue ball out for the pink here.
Seven.
At the last staging of the China Open in 2019, Jack reached the final. He was the runner-up to Neil Robertson in Beijing. So he's got very fond memories of this particular tournament. This is his 10th China Open outing. Played in every edition from 2011 to 2019. So he decided to come up table for that red. It's on the bulk colour here. Just needs to play a little cute shot to get back into position at the business end of the table. Yeah, I think that's okay, providing the pink goes into the bottom left-hand pocket. He'll just use the other red as a buffer.
29.
It's gone wrong. So then, he's got a tricky yellow here to get back, a recovery shot to get back into position. Well done. That's got him back on track.
31.
It must have been such a relief for him to win that long-awaited ranking title last season in Belfast for Jack Lisowski. I think he'd previously been to 6 ranking event finals and lost every one, although he was facing world-class opposition in all of them. But to finally lift a trophy on the professional circuit,
35.
it must have been very, very sweet. He nearly followed it up with another title later on in the season in Wales at the Welsh Open. But he
36.
lost in the finals to Barry Hawkins, but in making the final, he did win that season's Home Nation Series bonus prize. In the meantime, he's inching
42.
towards the finishing line here. So then already his second half century of the night. Had a 54 in the opening frame. Cue ball has just held up. I think he's okay here on the green. Seems fairly natural to come back across for these two reds. Yeah, that's really good. So then, red and a colour. It should be 2-0 to Jack Lisowski. Not quite enough to make a century break. 97 is the highest break possible here. But he's looking pretty good, isn't he?
72.
Went a little bit wrong during this break where he had to pot a mid-distance yellow, but that was safely achieved.
70.
And he's done the business since. So within half an hour, Jack is already a third of the way there.
79. $84.
Wants to clear the table. Why wouldn't you? Lovely stuff from Jackpot Jack Lisowski. 97 clearance, and he has doubled his advantage. He is 2-0 up against Yichen. Whilst Jack's just gone off for a comfort break, I'll just give you a quick recap of this afternoon's results from the penultimate qualifying round here in Leicester. Liu Hongyu was a heavy scorer this afternoon. He beat Ben Wollaston, local Leicester lad, 6 frames to 2. Liu hit 2 century breaks of 135, 133. He Guo Chang, he was a 6-1 winner. Dave Gilbert capped off a 6-4 win over David Gilbert with a break of 117. Gilbert beat Liam Pullen. Pullen had a couple of centuries during the match. On the feature table, we saw China's Yao Pengcheng cause a little bit of an upset, defeating world number 18 Tepchara Nu by 6 frames to 3. Zhu Se was a 6-1 winner against Jamie Jones, and Zhu was in fantastic form, and in the final frame, he missed a black for a 147. So the break, not quite perfection, missed on 140. So Michael Holt, who made a maximum earlier this week, is £15,000 high break prizes safe for the minute. Chen Ria-Fu is having a fantastic tournament. He defeated Zach Shirity by 6 frames to 1. Ukrainian youngster Yulian Boyko was a 6-2 winner over Lei Pei Fan. And Zhu Long defeated Mitchell Mann 6-3. Anyway, back to the live action here. Zhu to break off. Jack to come to the table with a 2-0 lead. Lovely pot, but I think he was trying to bring open the black at the same time. Didn't manage to get that second part, but nice pot nonetheless.
Lisowski 1.
So then that was wide of the mark from Zhu. Jack could thread that red through. So he's back at the table scoring points again. Although I'm not sure how many more he's going to be adding to this total. Could play this red into the green pocket. Wow. Maybe he can just catch enough of this red to chip it in. Wow. He's missed it. So Zhu just needs to settle into this match again.
1.
Wow. No messing about there. Straight into the pack.
6.
It's opened up pretty well here. Yes, the pink's tied up, but he's got the blue, he's got the black. So a chance to score a few here for the 39-year-old from China. This is Zhu's second season on the professional circuit.
12.
He earned his maiden professional tour card last year at the Asia Oceania Q School, in quite dramatic circumstances as well. It was at the second and final event. Oh, in the meantime, can he get enough of this black? I don't think he can. Yeah, that tells us. Yeah, so Zhu came through the second and last event at the Asia Oceania Q School last year. And in the final round, he won 4-3 on the final black. In a real nerve-shredding affair to get his tour card. There weren't too many highlights last season for him, but of course it's difficult for any rookie on the top flight. But he did get a qualifying win at the UK Championship, qualifying win at the World Championship, so he picked up some decent prize money from those events. His end of season provisional ranking is 81st though, so he's got a lot of work to do to try and preserve his professional status beyond this season. Well, he's picked out a plant there.
1.
Now, is this cue ball going to bounce enough? Well, I think it's just come away enough to keep him interested here. I haven't watched a great deal of Zhu, but he seems a positive attacking character on the table. However,
1.
that's gone awry. course, the main priority is to win this match. But if Jack could win the tie with sort of spare change, if he could win it comfortably, that would really benefit him, because he's got to play again tomorrow in the final qualifying round if he does go through, of course. Not writing off Hugh's chances just yet, but wow, goodness me,
27.
what happened there? I'm not sure if that was a case of being tight or just a complete lapse in concentration. But if you look at the cue ball was nowhere near where he wanted it to be, so a really bad misjudgment there from Jack.
Eight.
Not exactly where he wanted it to be. He's short on the red. I think he was trying to get on. Looks like he's still going to play this one though. It's a little bit thinner than ideal. And you see, as a consequence, he's missed it.
14.
So, a few mistakes creeping in this frame. I guess if you're the underdog in a match like Zoo is, the longer it takes for you to get a first frame on the board, you just don't feel as if you're in the tie. We saw this afternoon the opposite be the case. Yao Peng Chen, he took the opening frame, he pinched the opening frame against Tepchira Nu, and that just completely settled him in. He actually went on to lead 4-0 at the interval. So these opening exchanges are important, even in a best of 11 where there's a little bit more wriggle room.
Seven. 8.
Yeah, that's nicely played.
Fourteen. 15.
This mini little section of the draw is pretty stacked. The winner of this match will face the winner of Changbing Yu or Matthew Stevens. They're currently 1 frame each on an outside table.
$22.
Wow, another mistake. So, it's been a right scrappy affair. Frame 3 has. But Zhu Yichen has got another opportunity to perhaps win it.
1.
So he felt as if that was a crucial
16.
shot. He's on this red. Just wonder whether he'll take the brown with this red. So the clearance becomes a little bit easier later on.
17.
I think that's what he's going to be playing here. Yep, he's got a nice little angle here just to drop it in and run the cue ball up a little bit towards the yellow. Okay then, so he's got rid of the reds.
21.
He's 11 points in front. Yellow, green and brown. He'll probably have his first frame of the evening. Wow. Wow, no fear there. He's changed, he swapped hands on frame ball, so must be very confident of his own ability. And again, is he, yeah, he's swapping hands, so it takes a bit of guts, doesn't it, on frame ball,
35.
especially when you haven't won a frame yet. Yeah, I like his style. So
41. And the frame.
Yichen gets on the board. He has halved his deficit. He is now only 2-1 behind Jack Lisowski. Okay, let's have a little look at the scores elsewhere this evening at the Mattioli Arena. We just said Chang and Stevens, they're locked at 1-1. And so are Aaron Hill and Hamid Mia. Kian Jun is 2-0 up on Jack Jones. Stan Moody and Fan Zhengyi, they're 1-1. Pang Chun Su, 2-0 up on Dylan Emery. Northern Ireland's Jordan Brown has taken the opening frame against Jimmy Robertson. And Stephen Hallworth, who won his opening game 6-0, has continued his frame winning streak. He's 1-0 up on Gary Wilson.
Thank you. Form. Jack Lisowski to break.
So the final frame before the mid-session interval. And again, Jack Lisowski, I think, has elected to break third red down there, a la Sean Murphy style. Got it horribly wrong in the second frame, but this time he's managed to get the cue ball up into bulk, and I think he's snookered him on everything. But if you look, the black has been nudged towards the top cushion there, and that's pretty much exactly what happened when Sean Murphy was breaking off like that at the Crucible. So Jack Lisowski, as far as I'm aware, is the first player this season to adopt that strategy. Wow, that's a beautiful return from Zhu there. Played it almost to perfection. again. That's a nice return from Zhu. It is an interesting tactic, this break that Shaun Murphy has sort of developed. Now Jack Lisowski seems to be using as well. I understand perhaps mixing the break off shot up. You so often see players leave a red to the side, and professionals these days are so good they just get down and pot it. However, a negative side to it is that you do push the black towards the top cushion, and as you see here, it's kind of tied up, and you wouldn't think that would suit a player like Jack Lisowski, someone who's a free-flowing scorer, perhaps not known for his tactical game. So just wonder whether something like that would be counterproductive, but guess we'll see over the coming weeks and months if he sticks with that tactic.
Foul. Yichen
Well, that was wafer thin, and he's found the pocket. So Zhu has got cue ball in hand in the D. Can he attack here? No, I don't think he can. Oh, a red's come out now. He needs a cover here, and he's not got it. However, how does Jack get the cue ball out here? Will he perhaps use the cushion first? He just looks so straight on this red. With the cue ball welded to the bulk cushion, there's very little he can do. So surely, well, maybe, well, the pink goes, so perhaps, no, he has elected to use the side cushion. Needs that to pull up, or a nice cannon. Oh, I think he's on the green here. Yeah, he's okay. So that worked out pretty well for Jackpot. But he's missed the green. So
Lisowski won.
a few misses from Jack over the last couple of frames. He looked really good to start with, but just gone off the boil slightly over the last sort of 20 minutes or so. This really isn't a great opportunity for scoring, is it? As I mentioned, the black's gone safe. The remaining colours aren't bad, but these reds are pretty messy. Wow. What a shot that is from Yichen. Brilliant. The amount of work he got on that cue ball.
7. 8.
Wiped its feet, that one.
14. 15.
'He wanted the cue ball to come a few inches further here, so this is not nice at all. Hampered. But again, he just gets down and knocks it in. He really is a beautiful single ball putter. Yichen. He strikes me as a confident player as well. The way he took frame ball on the last frame, he switched hands. He's obviously very confident in his own ability. If he could get out of this mini session 2-2, he'll almost feel as if he's won it, because Jack was in firm control at 2-0. Hit a couple of half centuries. But since then, Jack's faded a little bit, and Zhu has gradually got stronger. He's worked this break really well, because as I mentioned at the start, these reds are far from ideal. Well, commentator's curse, as he was
29.
building up some real momentum. He misses that pink. I think, though, perhaps he was concentrating on getting the reds out, so perhaps he was splitting his thoughts there. Now, can Jack get back into the groove? Well, that's shifted a few reds.
7.
Got a bit of working out here though to get on the pink. Unless he can screw it back off one cushion here. No, he's come off two. Managed to swing it around.
8.
Would have preferred if it just run on a few more centimetres to be the right side of the blue, but I don't think it's too big an issue with the red so close to the corner pocket. And with the green off its spot, it's easier to come up and down, although he's lost this cue ball, you know. Now, can he slot this in? He's very close to his work. Yeah, never easy when the cue ball and object ball are so close together to sort of judge the angle. But it was the shot before that was a poor one. He had a fair bit of space to put the cue ball in. Certainly not scared of playing shots into the middle pocket at pace, is he? So he's already done that a few times this evening. And again, lovely shot there. So when he pots this pink, he's going to be 33 ahead. So 67 left on the table.
Ooh,
But
14.
a miss there. So Jack breathes again in this frame, taking the opportunity to take a red off the side cushion, and the black finally comes into play. It's not being played or potted at all this frame. Okay then. So Jack has a decent opportunity here. If he can bring the cue ball down towards the black area here. The question here is, are those two reds closest to the top cushion blocking each other? Or can he get the cue ball in a certain place where they do pop? if they don't pot, he's got a chance to develop them here. I think that's what he's doing. Yeah.
12.
However, when you play a red off a red, when you develop a red off a red, there's always the danger of something like this, not getting perfect position. So pressure shot, and he's missed it. So, well, I understand the reason why you wanted to move him off that red. Just perhaps another centimetre here or there, and he would have been fine, but he's missed the black, and Zhu has potted the red, so he's within a few pots here, making it 2-2. So, a tale of two halves in this match. Lisowski was looking really good at 2-0 up. Breaks of 54, 92. But since then, a few errors have crept into his game.
14.
And Zhu has mopped up most of the time. Although there have been mistakes from his side of the table as well. Jack does return to the table. It's 35 down to 27 on, so 2 4-point snookers to tie. So Zhu will want to see the back of this yellow to make certain of the frame. There we go, another brilliant pot.
Frame conceded. Yichen 5.
So Jack's seen enough that frame, he's conceded. And indeed, Zhu has levelled from 2-0 down, he's 2-2. And the players will now head off for a mid-session interval. They'll be back in 15 minutes, and so will I.
50. Jack upstairs 50 minutes. 10 minutes. Thank you. Bring 5. Shoot.
So, welcome back everybody. The players have returned from their mid-session interval. And they are locked at 2 frames apiece. If you weren't with us earlier, Jack took the opening 2 frames with the help of breaks of 53 and 97. But then a few errors crept into his game, and Yichen did enough to get on the board and then level. So we've essentially got a best of 7 coming up here for a place in tomorrow's final qualifying round of the China Open. Just give you a quick run through the scores elsewhere in the arena, because we do have 7 other tables in operation here. Chang Bing Yu and Matthew Stevens are locked at 2-2. The winner of that match will face the winner of this one, Aaron Hill, Ireland's number 1. He is 3-1 up against reigning World Snooker Federation champion Hamid Mia. Kiang Jun is 3-0 ahead of Jack Jones. Fan Zhengyi has just gone into the mid-session interval, 3-1 up on youngster Stan Moody. Pang Shin Su is in control against Dylan Emery, 3-0 ahead. Jordan Brown has got a narrow 2-1 lead over Jimmy Robertson. In the meantime, that's a nice little confidence booster for Jack Lisowski. And the other match in play this evening, Gary Wilson, 3-time ranking event winner. He was 1-0 down, but he's now 2-1 up on Stephen Hallworth. Of course, if you want latest scores, breaks, etc. from those matches, just head over to the World Snooker Tour website and the Matches tab. You'll see all the information from the matches going on and results we've had earlier on this week at the Mattioli. So we're kind of in
15.
different phase of the match now. Jack has got to regroup and start again, you feel, because he did not end the mini session very well. If you weren't with us before, I did mention that these two have played once on the professional circuit. That came last season at the Xi'an Grand Prix qualifiers. And Zhu won 5-4, so he knows how to beat Jack Lisowski. Slightly longer match this one, best of 11, but Zhu doesn't strike me as a character that is too bothered who he plays. It's quite a free-flowing game. Fantastic single ball potter. In the meantime, Jack's gone into the reds there. Managed to dislodge a few. More importantly, he stayed on a red.
32. So 7. 38. 45.
Okay, so he's going to go into the cluster here. Lost the cue ball. So then,
53.
that's his third half century of the match, but by no means is he safe in this frame yet. This red just snuck in. It was top jaw, but it's gone in anyway, so golden chance now to retake the lead.
56. 57. 64. 65.
So this blue and Zhu will need a snooker, but there's going to be plenty more to come.
17.
Yeah, so this will just refocus Jack, get him going again. Well, he has missed that one, but Zhu has decided to concede, and Jack Lisowski takes the frame with that 71 break. He's back in front 3-2. He's halfway to a spot in the final qualifying round. So we already know 12 of tomorrow's final round fixtures, and like I say, the winners of these games go through to the main venue in Taiyuan City, August 8th to 16th. That's when the televised stages take place in the Far East. So tomorrow's games so far, we've got Tom Ford versus Liam Highfield, Daniel Wow's Zhang Anda, Elliot Sless against Noppen Senkam, Juan Sijun, Jackson Page, Anthony McGill faces Joe O'Connor, Matthew Sout, Ali Carter, Zhou Yulong and Chen Riafu, Yulian Boyko and Liu Hongyu, Zhu Se, who earlier today Mr. Black for 147. He's up against Dave Gilbert, and He Guoshan faces Yao Peng Cheng. And once again, Jack has adopted the Sean Murphy break, as we're calling it. The black has been pushed once again towards the top cushion. However, straight away it's been removed from that effort by Zhu. Oh, lovely shot there from Zhu. Not the best cannon though. Don't think he's on anything here. The world number 103.
Should eat
Yeah,
one.
just a safety. Well, that is a complete misjudgment from Jack Lisowski. And Zhu is back in here. Now, can he maybe get the black on its spot? That's what he's tried. And he is on it. So then, damage can the player from China do here? I think that's okay. Yeah, that works. So then, he's at the business end of the table. He's got a few open reds to play with initially. Well, this needs to run. Just has had a bit of run inside on it, I think. It kicked in. So he's going to be nudging away a few reds here with his shot.
17.
Needs that to slow up. What just has, just in time. Now, I think he's going to have to be forced to go into the reds here to trap the cue ball at this end of the table. Well, I'm a little bit surprised. Thought he may have played it with a bit more pace there. Okay. Yeah, no attempt at the pot.
Should eaten 32.
The winner of this match will be guaranteed £7,500 for a player in Zhu's position in the world rankings. That's quite a significant amount. Of course, as Jack is the seed for this round, being his opening game, unless he wins this match, he claims no ranking points. Anyway, that's a cracking opening red from Jack into the middle pocket. I think he's just okay here. A lot closer than he would have liked, but I think he can chip this in.
Nine.
Does need a good strike here, though. He's bridging off the cushion. Now he's going to pass the red. It has. So, yep, that's nicely struck.
16. 17. 24.
Far from straightforward, though, to win the frame in this visit. He's got 3 more reds completely in open play, and the other 3, they're not wowed to the cushions, but
32.
they're a little bit tricky to get on.
33.
But this blue will put Jack in the lead here in frame 6.
Eight.
Oh, what's happened here? Well, I think he's on the blue, but should have been nowhere near that red. Okay, so cue ball's out of control here.
44.
And this is a very smelly one. Potted it, but
45.
so we so often see once you get out of position, it can be quite tricky to get back into perfect placement. Well, that's a nice shot. Just lost the cue ball slightly. Now, yeah, he can. This passes the yellow into the corner pocket. Wow, one shot too many there.
Lisowski, 48.
Anyway, it's a nice little contribution. It gets Jack 15 points ahead. 3 reds remaining though, so the frame is definitely in the balance. Just gone on a little bit further there. Just trying to get the cue behind the black, obviously. Now, can Jack here play a telling safety? Well, it's more of a containing one. Wow, I think he's missed them all together there. Oh, no he didn't. Apologies. It's a very thin contact there, but it was a good one. Apologise to Jack. Ooh. Has he angled him? That cue ball, I think, has just decided to sit on that jaw. Yeah, it can't get through to these reds directly. Yeah, but that's nicely done by Jack. This is an important passage of play. If Zhu was to go 4-2 down, he'd have to win the match at least 4-1. That's a fair task against somebody as good as Jack Lisowski. Now, where's this red going? Okay, so Jack can have a pop at this. But he's overcooked it. Cross double. However, it's only going to yield him 1 point. Gets the brown off the cushion. He's probably going to need that later on in the frame if he gets a chance. Yeah, that's a good return from Jack. That's it. Nice little shot from Zhu there. Just bringing open the pink. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Yichen. Not the worst flick in the world on the black. But
Yichen 1.
too thin to pot, he felt. 13 points is the difference here. Jack in a snooker. And all the colours are in the open.
Found a miss. Show Yichen 4.
Just too narrow there.
Found a miss.
And that time, too wide. So, can Jack find the average here?
Yichen.
Yes, he can. And it's a nice contact. He's not pushed it on. Trying to slip past the pink here. It's not managed it. So you feel it as if it's all about this last red in terms of who's going to win the frame. Only 5 points between the pair. Wow, he's had a go there. It's not bad at all. However, Jack has got a chance here. It's a tricky one. No. Not really that close now. He needs a bit of luck here. And straight away, he knows that's going safe. So, both players have chucked their arms a bit at the last two shots, but got away with it both times. Well, that was a bit of a funky way to end up hitting the red. Oh, that's a lovely pot from Zhu. Now then. Yeah, cue ball. Very nice indeed. Correct side of the blue here. So you would think it's all going to be about the brown.
8.
That yellow puts Zhu into the lead. How's the pace like? Just bounced up a little bit more than he would have liked, but it's not too bad. I think the blue passes the black certainly make this task a lot easier. Well, must do. So then, Zhu just needs this blue, and he's got it. So it looks as if it's going to be 3 frames apiece. Oh, he's not potted the pink.
Show E20.
Just the one snooker for Jack, although he's not in a great position as he comes to the table here. So Zhu will just roll this towards the green pocket, preferably in the pocket. Wow. Thought that might have been going in, but it's rejected it and spit it out. Of course, we have seen lots of frames won with only 2 balls remaining and 1 player requiring a snooker, but it's not often it happens because your options are so limited. And even more so here with the black being sort of in the middle of the table. If it was nearer to a side cushion or a corner pocket, you've got a bit of a bigger target to lay a snooker behind. But whilst there are 2 balls on the table, you've still got a chance. Okay, so again, should probably roll this towards the green bag. Not the worst effort in the world there. Don't think Zhu will be playing anything too elaborate here. Wants to make sure this cue ball's nowhere near a pocket. Oh, wow. Hang on. Where's this cube? Wow, that's incredible.
Lisowski 6.
I did say I didn't think he'd be playing anything too elaborate, but he was hitting that pink on the thin side. And when that happens, I guess you do invite a bit of trouble. So this could be a really big moment. Jack has got the penalty points he needed. He's put Zhu back in, so Jack clearly feels as if this doesn't cut in, but it looks as if Zhu is going for it. Wow. What a bizarre end to that frame. And what must Jack Lisowski be feeling? Because he put Yichen back in there, and he's come to the table and chip the pink in. So, well, very strange ending there. But Zhu has eventually taken the frame, and he levels the tie 3 frames all.
Thank you. Frame 7.
So then, frame 7, Zhu Yichen gets us underway. What a strange ending that was to frame number 6. That could have done real damage to Zhu if he did lose that frame, the way it transpired. But, wow, that was a flyer from Jack there. But Jack elected, wow, it's all happening at the minute, isn't it? Yeah, the end of that frame, just trying to process it, because Zhu went in off when Jack was looking for a snooker. Wow.
It was not a mistake. Jack Lisowski.
What is going on here? Zhu Yichen has just been called for a foul by the referee because the cue ball was not in the D area. So, strange goings on this evening at the Mattioli Arena. Just while this frame sort of develops, I'll give you a bit of an update on the scores elsewhere. Changbing Yu is now 3-2 up on Matthew Stevens. Aaron Hill only 2 frames away from victory, 4-1 ahead against Hamid Mia. Jiang Jun is still 3-0 up on Jack Jones, so not quite sure what's gone on there. Must be quite a lengthy 4th frame. Fan Zhengyi is 3-1 up on Stan Moody. Pang Shunsu is motoring. He's 5-0 up on Dylan Emery. Just needs 1 more frame for a spot in tomorrow's final qualifying round. Jordan Brown 3-1 up on Jimmy Robertson. And another player 3-1 up is Gary Wilson over Stephen Hallworth. And in fact, just as I come away from that page, Fan Zhengyi's taken frame 5 against Stan Moody, so he's 4-1 up the former European Masters champion. Returning to table 1 here. Jack is at the table. Now, is he going to go into the bunch here? he's hit that well. The black just stays up. And he's very nice here
10.
on a red. So, opportunity to make a really valuable contribution here.
11.
Lexter get the black into play as soon as he can. Well, black onto its spot as quick as he can. Wow.
19.
That is really disappointing for Jack. Lisowski fans there. He was in such good position. Yes, he had to play a little bit of a precise positional shot there, but he's not really got close to it. He's hit the red pretty much full ball.
Brown ball. Jack Lisowski 19.
Oh, lovely shot from Zhu there.
Six.
Potted it, didn't quite get through it, so he's got to play the blue into a corner pocket here. Now, I thought I was imagining things earlier, but he's got two cues under the table there. I've seen that a couple of times where he's swapping cues on certain shots. But anyway, he's missed that one. So that's an interesting thing, what he's doing. I'm sure he's got two cues under the table there, and on certain shots he's transferring between the two.
Seven.
And again, it's gone wrong for Jack. I don't think he's done anything here. Just got to take his medicine. Another safety, but it's yet another opportunity
Jack
gone.
Lisowski 8.
I say, though, it is his first match of the season, first competitive game for 2 months.
Foul.
Wow. Bit of a flyer there from Zhu.
57.
It's all got a little bit ragged the last couple of frames. Wow, there we go. That's exactly what I said. Both players are struggling a little bit at the minute here. Luckily for Zhu, though, he's not put Jack on a red. Wow. Where's this cue ball going? Is it? Wow. Look at this for a nudge. Wow. That is a dreamy run of the cue ball there.
Six. Seven.
So this is not going to be straightforward to win the frame from here. 2 reds on the side cushion. But he can certainly get himself to level pegging at the absolute minimum.
14.
But an unexpected miss. So the chance swings back to Jack, but he's got exactly the same problem with these 2 reds on the side cushion. Just managed to avoid too much of the red there, and he's on this red. He has swapped hands for it though. Oh, wow. Very, very frustrating at the minute for both players. This is becoming a bit of a scrap, really. And you feel as if that would benefit Zhu here. When things do go scrappy, it's a bit more of a level playing field for the underdog. Now, is it just going to run past? Oh, it has, but it's no good. I don't think he can attempt to pot here. Though he is looking at the potting angle. Well, I think he's going for this. Wow. What a pot. The cue ball. Oh, he would have loved the Little flick off the blue there, but it is no good where it's landed. So it's another frame that's gone down to the colours. Wow. That was an aggressive shot from Zhu. Okay, so Jack has now got the upper hand. Zhu needs to hit this and get it safe. And that's nowhere near.
5 minutes.
Now, what does Jack do here? Does he take this yellow on? Is he going to get a better opportunity? Of course, the last frame, he actually put Zhu back in after a foul, and Zhu got down and cut the pink in for the frame. So, he went for it. And look where it's going. Oh, wow. That is probably as good as Jack could have hoped for after he missed it and saw it coming back this way. Wow. There have been a lot of misses in this frame from both sides. But surely Jack gets on the green here. It's not perfect. He's 12 in front, so he needs green and he needs brown to leave Zhu needing a snooker.
5.
Okay, time to focus here. Mid-distance brown, and he should go back in front. Wow, it has been a real struggle this frame. And it isn't quite over just yet. As we saw in the last frame, funny things can happen.
Jack Lisowski 9.
This looks like a good line. It is. Good line, good length. So, Jack's got to be careful here. Wow, he's missed it. So, Zhu can now win the frame. So, this is a bit of a carbon copy of the previous frame in terms of back then there was only 2 balls on the table and Zhu went in off, but when you thought the frame was over, it's back in the balance again. Well, it's just trickled across enough. So, chance for Jack. Oh, he's overcut it. Wow. Wow, what a blow this will be for Jack Lisowski. He was 19 points up with only the blue, pink and black left. Zhu played a really nice snooker. Jack failed to escape from it. Had an opportunity to pot that blue there, but overcut it. So, can Zhu control this cue ball? Oh.
5.
Well, what do you do here? That's a lovely pink.
11.
But goodness me. This is an even trickier black. So this black could well be the difference between going 4-3 up or 4-3 down. Wow, not particularly close in all fairness, although he will take the result there. That black could have gone anywhere, but it's stuck to the cushion. And perhaps that was a little bit of justice, because earlier in the frame, Jack did this with the yellow, where he missed it, I believe, and put it near a side cushion. So, give and take. Yeah, nothing too adventurous there for Zhu. Has he gone for the cross double here? Wow, close. Thankfully for him, though, not too close that it rattled in the jaws and stayed there. It's managed to come across to the bolt cushion. Oh, double kiss for Jack. But he's got away with it as well. Although, I think he's going to have an awkward shot coming up here, because this is a pretty simple safety for Zhu. What's the pace like here? He needs this to bounce. He needs it to bounce, and it hasn't. So then, we've talked about Zhu's single ball potting. Can he put this one away for the frame? And he can. Wow.
And the frame, Yichen.
Zhu Yichen has won that frame, having needed a snooker, with only 3 balls remaining. So he goes in front at 4 frames to 3. And he's 2 frames away from a bit of an upset.
frame 8, Jack Lisowski to break.
So Jack gets us underway in frame 8. He has lost the last 2 frames, and for the first time in this match, he's behind 4 frames to 3. We have our first winner of this evening's session, and it's Ireland's number 1, Aaron Hill. He has won 6-1 against Hamid Mia. So he advances to tomorrow's final qualifying round. He'll play the winner of Gary Wilson and Stephen Hallworth. The current score between them is 4-1 to Wilson. So then, Jack is in the balls here. He's got to somehow eradicate what has happened at the end of the last 2 frames. In frame 6, having needed a snooker with pink and black left, Zhu went in off, but Jack put him back into bat. Zhu went down and slotted in pink from distance. And in the last frame, Jack was 19 points up with 18 on, failed to escape from a snooker, and went on to lose the frame on the black. So, wow, and another miss there.
South 8.
It is going wrong for Jack Lisowski this evening. He was looking really sharp and focused in the opening 2 frames. Made breaks of 54 and 93 in moving 2-0 up, and he was looking comfortable. But now, this is going to be a real scrap to get through.
Foul. Sorry. Jack Lisowski 4.
Nope, just can't get going at the minute. He's trying to be proactive and make something happen. As I mentioned earlier, Jack is the highest ranked player at these qualifiers, world number 17, so he just missed top 16 cut. Of course, the top 16 all go straight through to the main venue stages in August. And Jack wants to get back into the world's top 16 so he can avoid the bother, the scenario that he's having to face out this evening. He is provisionally number 13 on the end of season list. But of course, if he was to lose tonight, he would pick up £5,000 in physical prize money, but none of that would get added to his ranking totals. So there's a bit of pressure in that respect as well. Oh, that's another cracker from Yichen there. And the cue ball has listened to him there. It's Nudged into the green. He's on the brown here. Oh, but he's missed that brown.
Yichen.
We've seen Zhu pot some fantastic balls in this match. He chipped in the pink to win frame 6. The last frame, he potted the final black to go 4-3 up. So he's potted some real clutch balls, but he has also missed some very simple ones too. Well, not necessarily simple, but ones you'd think he would slot away.
Oh, sorry. 8.
Wiped its feet,
9.
but he's okay. Right side of the blue here.
Suppoting. 15. 20.
Okay, so Jack is gathering a bit of momentum here.
26.
I feel as if he needs to.
27. 29.
Elsewhere in the arena, we've got our second winner of the evening, China's Pang Jinsu. He won by whitewash 6-0 over Dylan Emery. Made breaks of 98, 54 and 60. But back on the feature table, Jack is out of position. Although that is a crunching blue. That will make him feel a little bit better.
35. 36.
This really is a timely effort from Jack.
41.
He's just not come far enough for that red, so he's having to take this tricky one down the rail. Got to say, didn't fancy him for that, even though he did pot that long blue. So he is a strong favourite in this frame at least. He's 52 up, but there is still 67 remaining. Just found gravity there.
6.
.46 the difference. So Jack is looking for a red and at least a blue. Although all bets are off from what we've seen the last couple of frames. Now that's more like it. He's on the blue. So the frame is certainly not over, but Zhu does need a snooker now. He's 52 down with 51 on, so Jack would love to see this red go in, and it has. Surely this pink, and it will be a done deal. And it's there. So Jack has managed to get back on track a little bit here after a couple of dodgy frames on his side, and Zhu has conceded, so it's 4-4. We've now got a best of 3 to see who goes through to tomorrow's final round. So we're just waiting for Zhu to come back into the arena. Tomorrow is the final qualifying round here at the Mattioli. There's going to be 2 sessions. Each session there'll be 8 matches. They begin at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. the winners go through to the televised stages in a few weeks' time. And here are the 10 o'clock games going on. We've got table number 1, so it'll be on the feature table here on WST Play. A clash of former world champion Stuart Bingham takes on Luca Brissell.
Thank you. Frame 9. Show Yichen to break.
Tom Ford will play Liam Highfield. Anthony McGill v Joe O'Connor. Matt Stout, Ali Carter. Elliot Slesser, Notbong Senkam. Hossein Vafai, David Lilly. Daniel Wells meets Zhang Anda. And Juan Zishun against Jackson Page. But back in live play, we're now into frame 9 of this intriguing clash. That has gone wrong for Jack though.
1.
And Zhu able to stay on the black here. Just thinking, their previous meeting on the professional circuit went all the way. Zhu ended up winning it 5-4 in the Xi'an Grand Prix qualifiers last season. Are we destined to go the distance again?
9.
Yeah, that's nicely done. Nice pot. Controlled the cannon well.
16.
We'll have to go up for the blue. But he's landed the top side, so he's got options here. Just check the cue ball up a little bit there.
22.
He is quite a brisk player when he's in the balls. Doesn't take too much time dwelling on the shot.
So 31.
Now, the next shot is a little bit trickier here. Will he go into the reds or can he come out for one of these two loose ones? Well, felt as if he had to go into the pack. He's ended up missing the black. So then, Jack's got a red here from mid-distance. It's not an easy shot. But he's got it. So then, how many can Jackpot score here? Yep, that's good. So this could unlock the frame. He's going to be bringing reds out into the open here.
9.
Got the blue into the yellow pocket. And it's there. So Jack has created an opening for himself here. Can he fully capitalise though?
29.
Wrong side of the blue, so just looking at perhaps dropping it in. However, he's decided on the pink, so slightly trickier pot, but better positional value.
So 36.
Yeah, and this is much more like it from Jack.
33.
Oh, he's had a kick.
44.
He must have had a kick. Wow. It's not often that we see bad contacts like that these days. But that's a thumping one. So that has really stopped him in his tracks. He was surely on his way to winning the frame there. Without seeing the replay, I can't imagine he's hit the ball that badly. It must have been a poor contact. And there is only 13 points difference here. And all three reds are in the open. All the colours are in the open. Wow, that's a bit of a horrible one there from Zhu. Where's this cue ball going to end up? It ain't too bad. Oh, wow. I don't think he wanted to be that close to the jaws of the middle pocket. But it's turned out okay. Back up to the bulk colours. This yellow is going to put him 21 ahead. So he needs red and pink. Oh, has he overhit this? He's overhit this badly. Straight away, he knew that that was a misjudgment. And he's really put himself under it in the second half of this match as Jack. He's got, a fair area to land there. If you look at where the cue ball is, he is nowhere near desired position. So it's another opportunity wasted.
Lisowski 8.
So then, will Jack have a go at this? He did. He's nudged the black out, although he's put the black safe and the red has gone to the side cushion. So that's a couple of pluses for Jack here. Zhu is going to need all the balls to win this frame. So Jack has now got, at present anyway, an insurance policy with the black on the side cushion. And that's a lovely pot. So is this going to hold up just in time? Of course not. That's not how this match has gone. So a bit more stress for Jack in this frame before he gets over the line. He's 22 ahead. So if he doesn't pot a colour, he's going to need yellow and green. So no value in putting the green safe.
1.
That was a nice escape from Zhu. Oh, that's a lovely return there from Zhu. Could be a fair bit of snooker left in this frame. Because as I say, Jack needs yellow and green. The green's not in the most accessible off positions. Well, I think that was asking quite a lot really to pop the yellow and get on the green. Well, didn't know where to look there. The yellow didn't go and the cue ball nearly went in off. So then, can Jack get anywhere near the green? Wait for the side. There's the zip.
2.
And that is pretty much as well as he could have played it. That's a fantastic shot from Jack Lisowski. And there goes the green. So 27 ahead, 22 on. Love to see this brown go in. And it has.
9.
So from 4-3 down, it looks as if Jack has responded with back-to-back frames to reach the hill at 5-4 up. And indeed, Yichen has conceded. Jack is 1 away from the final qualifying round.
Thank you. Frame 10. Jack Lisowski to break.
Frame 10. Jack Lisowski breaks off once again using the third red down. Pushes the black towards top cushion. Jack will be hoping this is the final frame of the match. Just quickly touch base with the scores elsewhere in the arena. Chang Bing Yu, who, if he was to win, would play the winner of this match. He is 5-3 up on Matthew Stevens. Jian Jun is 4-1 ahead, of Jack Jones. Stan Moody has won back-to-back frames against Fan Zhenyi, and he's only 4-3 behind at this point. Jimmy Robertson and Jordan Brown locked 3-3. And Stephen Hallworth has just taken frame 7 to keep his hopes alive. He's 5-2 down to Gary Wilson. We've already seen this evening Aaron Hill and Pang Shun Su. They've booked spots in tomorrow's final qualifying round. And in the meantime, whilst I was nattering on, Jack spotted a red, sunk a more than mid-distance yellow, and he's carved open an opportunity here. So where is this pink going to go?
Ten.
As I mentioned earlier, it is an interesting tactic that Jack is deploying using that break-off shot, because every time is pushed the black towards the top cushion
16.
and out of contention. And for somebody who's free-flowing as Jack is, you kind of wonder why he would want the black to go there.
18.
But anyway, he's at the table at present.
$22.
Has he just come far enough here? Yeah, he could just manufacture an angle.
28.
He would dearly love to avoid the bother of a deciding frame. But he's missed. So the break ends at 28. So then, mistake from Zhu. Can Jack find a pot here, which could put him on his way to victory? Oh, that's a beauty. So then, the opportunity is here and now for Jack Lisowski to win this match. Well,
6.
I think he's okay. For a second there, that could have gone very wrong. Needs an angle off this brown. Straight is no good. I guess for Jack, though, as we say, it is his first game of the season, first competitive match in a couple of months. It's purely just about getting the victory. Of course, all the players want to play well, but a situation like this, you just want to get across the line. And that is beautifully struck from the reigning Northern Ireland Open champion. .46 points to the good. Zhu, if he does lose this match, he's
19.
showed what a dangerous player he can be. He really had Jack struggling after 7 frames. Zhu led 4-3. But Jack has managed to find something across these last 3 frames. But he's not over the line quite yet. Okay, so this black and one more red. Yeah, he's perfect. So it is going to be a relieved Jack Lisowski here. There has been flashes of really good snooker from him, but you would think he's going to have to polish up his game tomorrow for his final qualifying round match. At the minute, it looks like it's going to be Chang Bing-Yu.
14.
But as I say, his first match of the season, it's purely a case
41.
of getting across the line. And if he does play Chang Bing-Yu tomorrow, that is going to be one cracking match. So he's missed the blue,
Jack Lisowski, 41.
but Zhu
Nice.
concedes the match. He puts his hand out to congratulate Jack. So Jack Lisowski, world number 17, he is through to the final qualifying round here at the China Open qualifiers. He runs out a 6-4 winner. So that concludes our live coverage here on WST Play of the action on Saturday here in Leicester. But we'll be back in the morning from 10 a.m. I'll be on commentary, and it's the final qualifying round. And we've got a fantastic opening match between 2 former world champions, Stuart Bingham and Luca Brissau. So it'll be fantastic if you can join us at 10 a.m. in the morning. In the meantime, It's a very good night, and we'll see you soon.